Good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to the Guntown Podcast, episode 212. I'm Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving it a shot. Today's guest is the founder and owner of Pink Velvet Accessories and More. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm sure we'll all be inspired by her story. Let's chop it up with Sade Arrington. Sade, how's it going?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm glad to hear that, and all is well on my end too. First things first, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the invite. It means a lot to be valued and, want to discuss business. So thank you so much for the invite.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, we're to talk about all the great things you got going on with Pink Velvet accessories and more. But before we talk business, let's get to know the woman behind the brand. Originally from Montgomery, Alabama, how was your upbringing in the Gump?
Yes, I'm originally born and raised here in Montgomery, west side of Montgomery. Graduated Carver High, alumni of Alabama State as well. So all my education and background is embedded here. So I love it here. It's my foundation, and I'm a finance major. So I put a lot into the financial things. I'm a numbers person, so everything has to make sense when it comes down to me. The numbers has to be right. So very particular in that area. And just kind of just a all around businesswoman. So from just starting from foundation from high school, started out working in banking and stayed in banking, and it just evolved from there. So that's kind of a rundown of me in
Okay.
in a smaller version.
Okay, no, sounds good. And I appreciate you for sharing some of that background. So, grew up on the west side, graduated from Carver. I think y'all call it
Yes.
C House, right?
Yes, Sea House.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Then you came up the road and attended and graduated from the greatest HBCU in the land, the
Yes.
Alabama
Yes.
State University. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So, how was your HBCU experience at the Alabama State University?
It was great. I always tell people I wasn't a traditional college student. I did my entire degree as a night student. I worked full time, like I said, at banks. So I was not a traditional yard person, but I still appreciated my time there because I met some people that are still lifelong friends of mine, and I do value going back to homecoming and seeing some of the people that I went to school with, graduated with. We laugh and reminisce on things. But like I said, I wouldn't trade it for the world. HBCUs, I think it just instills a whole different type of value in those that attend. So I'm grateful to be able to have attended with a full scholarship, everything paid for. So the blessing resided there with me. And like I said, I value my education. Is no different, I feel, than at a Ivy League or however college. So I'm just grateful for my attendance and what I've learned there. So,
Yes, ma'am. And that's powerful stuff. And there's nothing like the HBCU experience. And I
oh, yeah.
absolutely. Oh, no, my apologies.
Oh no, I was just saying absolutely as well. Like, anytime I'm talking to people, younger kids, I always just tell them to look at what they value the most within a college education. Because some of those core values you can get it right where you are in your hometown, especially like here in Montgomery. Alabama State is awesome. I mean, it's no really need to go off unless you're just that person that's searching for something different. But ASU was it for me, and I loved it.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. Likewise, and I agree wholeheartedly. And just getting a chance to attend ASU, and like you were just saying, everything that you could get at a PWI, you could get that at a HBCU. And I mean, plus,
Exactly.
and plus, you're around people that look like you and I, like you're around black
Yes.
culture, black people
Yes.
from
Yes.
all over.
Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, so that's amazing. So you weren't a traditional student, did online classes and graduated, got your degree in finance. So you are a product of COBA, if you know, you
Yes.
know.
Come on, Dr. Vaughn. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Awesome stuff. That's good stuff. So you got a chance to graduate from the Alabama State University, got to did some work in banking and things of that nature. And present day, you are the founder, owner, operator of Pink Velvet Accessories and More. So,
Yes.
Sade, I'm big into brand names and their origin, so I got to ask you, what inspired you to name your company that?
Oh wow, I get asked that a lot. The thought behind it, it wasn't a real hard thought for me. For one, of course, the given is my favorite color is pink. I'm a pink girl. If it comes in pink, I want it. So I knew I wanted something within that to represent my love for the color. And I just wanted something to describe pink at its ultimate. And once I thought of that word, velvet came to me. So when you think of velvet, you think of elegant, you think of smooth, you think of a great fabric. Even when you think of like red velvet cake, it's just a good feeling. So I just wanted to put the two together to just allow women to say, that sounds very good. So I just went with pink velvet, and it just stuck and reminisced. And in the beginning, we started out as just accessories. So that's where the accessories and more got attached to. But the main name of Pink Velvet just described me and my love for color and just elegant, smooth, rich, all of those adjectives for pink.
Okay, very intentional with the naming of the company. That makes perfect sense. Pink being your favorite color, velvet making you think of luxury, and
Yes.
that was a
Yes.
great analogy you used there with the
Yes.
red velvet. Because when you think red
Yes.
velvet, you think rich, decadent. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. So so that's great. So you started off in accessories like you were saying, and just looking at your website and your portfolio, it looks like you're now into the clothing. So what all do you offer at Pink Velvet and accessories and more?
Started out, like I said, we originally started out online in 2022 as an accessory person, well, vendor, just offering different types of accessories. And then the passion just grew and grew. And my husband and I, we decided to look into a storefront, and we wanted to bring more to the storefront than just accessories. So we decided, hey, let's branch on into clothing, just let's make it a one-stop shop, besides the shoes. So accessories in your outfit, and hey, you're good to go. So January 2023, we signed our lease on our first storefront, and that's where the official Pink Velvet Accessories and More began. And it just, so I guess one minor detail that I did leave out was my first job ever was at a clothing store called The Crate. I don't know if a lot of people remember that from way back in the day, but I loved it back then. I always dressed so much more over my age, grown. I was wearing dress pants at 15, 16 years old, going to school with button downs and heels and all that. So I was always grown, way grown than my age, and it just grew a passion for clothing. So that passion came back from that original job that I had. So once I started getting into it and picking the items, it just flourished from there. And the love for the clothes just became more and more because now I had the ability to pick out the items that I felt the ladies would love. And each time I'm looking at it, I just get excited because even though I don't pick everything that I love, I just pick things that I know will complement every type of lady from pretty much any age range. So depending from 15 to 75 or even higher, they can find something in Pink Velvet. So that's kind of where the passion and the foundation started with way back then, and then just a passion for fashion.
Okay, that's awesome stuff. Because I was definitely going to ask you, how did we get from a finance major graduate working in the banks to having a passion in fashion? But you've already
Great,
answered that.
no, but great question, and I can elaborate on that because
Yes, ma'am.
that's the main question I get every day. Like even when I run into some of my old members from the credit union where I worked for a couple of years, they're like, "Hey, are you still in banking?" I'm like, "No, I have a clothing store." And they're like, "What? You out of finance?" And I'm like, "Listen, what I always tell people is, my theory of life is." I just always have had a business mindset, and I've always just wanted to be the entrepreneur that I felt was inside of me from birth. I almost feel like, and it just took different avenues to kind of pull it out of me. So my banking foundation gave me the knowledge to build the financial assets that I would need to sustain profitable businesses. So I felt like I needed that financial background in order to be the entrepreneur that I am now. So I think now it's a the with Pink Velvet, it's a passion of mine, but it also evolved from me wanting to be in a business asset and creating revenue and creating something that I can leave for my boys. And everything just kind of tied into each other, not saying that because we have multiple businesses, but Pink Velvet's like my baby that I really love. So I just feel like all of the avenues that I kind of created from early on in my career, it kind of led me to birth Pink Velvet. So it wasn't something, like you have some fashion designers like, hey, I knew from day one that I wanted to be a fashion designer. I really didn't know even 5 years ago that I would be here with the clothing store. So I, my story, I think at this point is all God's plan for my life and where He's leading me to because I didn't see this vision even 5 years ago.
Yes, ma'am, and that's
So
powerful. Just, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, so that's what I'm saying. Like I have to explain my story often because a lot of people do know that for about 10 years out of high school, that was banking and credit unions was my foundation. So to end up here, they're like, wait a minute, how did you end up here? So that was a great question that you asked. How did we end up here?
Yes, ma'am, and that's powerful stuff. And I appreciate you for breaking that down and just taking us through, like setting that foundation, like you said, working in banking and just what you learned working in that industry and how that financial business acumen, as well as like that customer service, relationship
Yes,
building,
yes.
and also you got sales. It's so many different transferable skills that I can only imagine you've taken from working in banking and now you apply it in your business now. So I know those two industries may sound completely opposite, but when I really think about it, there's a lot of transferable skills and yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. They intertwine so good together.
Yeah.
Because like I said, just the knowledge of how we can use getting funding for businesses and things like that. I've learned those from my financial background, which has helped me tremendously with what I'm doing with my various businesses now.
Yes, ma'am. And one thing for sure, I know what you've been coming out of Coba and being a finance major. I know one thing about y'all. One thing for sure, y'all pay attention to detail, and that's what makes y'all so successful.
Yes, indeed. Yes, so yes, many long nights of studying and ooh, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. No, that's powerful stuff, and just hearing your journey and everything that led up to this point, and that's the cool thing about it, Sade. Like going through those different chapters, none of it makes sense in the moment, but once you get to where you're going and you look back, you be like, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't have that wisdom. I wouldn't have that knowledge that I have now to apply to this chapter. So God always works it out.
Oh, yes, indeed. You said a powerful statement then. You don't know where you're going, but you can look back and see where you've been, and that road can take you a lot of different ways. So, and my biggest thing is God and some of the stuff that we don't realize why or how it's all his plan. And if you ask for direction from him for a plan, you were clearly received that direction.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Powerful stuff. So whenever I have entrepreneurs on the platform like yourself, I like to talk about three things: the aha moment, action, and audacity. Take us back to your aha moment when you initially had the idea to take your love for fashion and turn it into this business.
That aha moment came going all the way back. The start of online, we did really good. We had a debut in November of 2022, debuting the site for Pink Velvet Online. It did really well. We had good feedback just from me advertising to my followers, people sharing their posts, and it did well. And one of my cousins, she had a storefront. So we put pieces in her storefront, and the ladies instantly loved the pieces. So we were like, oh, this is a hit. Oh my goodness, we've got something here. So that hit of the pieces being in the store was like, okay, yeah, we've done good. But then her kind of passion for the store kind of died down, and it wasn't what she wanted to do no longer. So her store was going to close. So that was our main aha moment that, hey, while we have some momentum here, we got to pick this up and keep it going. So really, that's where the start of the storefront came from, us wanting to continue the legacy of what we had put in her store to just transfer it on to what we were offering the ladies. We didn't want that to die down. So we went into, hey, let's go ahead full force, take the accessories and let's put it with some clothing and let's make this thing work. And it's here.
Okay, awesome
That
story. That's a yeah.
yeah, I said that was the aha moment of, hey, you got to when that momentum is going, you got to keep it going.
Yes, ma'am. And that's a powerful aha moment just hearing everything that transpired with the online launch and just wanting to continue things and pick up the ball and run with it in your own regard and create this business and get things off the ground rocking and rolling. So from the time you had the aha moment, how long did it take you to take action and actually act on the plan that you were speaking of when you had the aha moment?
And I once again give credit to God mostly because the aha moment came right at the holidays. It was December of 2022. So around the holidays, we're trying to figure out, hey, where can we put a storefront? What can we afford? What can we do? Like we're instead of enjoying Christmas, we're trying to figure out the next step for Pink Velvet. And it was about 3 weeks in, like mid-January, we discovered the perfect location on Zelda in Hillwood, signed the lease, and we hit the ground running. We projected a grand opening for May of 2023, and we were on schedule. We didn't do it in May. We pushed it out a little bit, so we officially opened in June. So I really feel like we hit the ground running from start to finish within 6 months, and that was it was a long time, but it was a short time from creating everything from starting from scratch for an entire storefront.
Wow, 6 months, that's not a long time at all. Y'all got
Mhm.
right to it.
Right.
Y'all done spend a whole lot of time sitting around overthinking, overanalyzing. You already knew what
Mhm.
you wanted to do. You put
Yeah.
action behind the plan. And I mean, Sade, that's what it's all about. It's one thing to have these ideas, but nothing happens until you put some action behind them. So 6 months, y'all got it done. That's dope.
We had to get it done. We were in too deep, so we had to go.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So that last portion, audacity, it's one thing to have an idea. It's another thing to put action behind it. But to put it out to the world to be praised or criticized is where the audacity comes in my opinion. Who or what gave you that courage, that audacity to put Pink Velvet out to the world?
Great question. Great question. I really honestly think my audacity came from the compliments I got. Going back to when I stated how I was just a overgrown dresser for my age and I always got compliments on my clothes. I won best dress high school. Just my customers at the bank, oh, you always so cute. Oh, you dress so cute. That's where my courage came from. Like, hey, you can do this. You dress cute. You know it looks good. So it's that inner me saying, girl, you be cute. Girl, you be fly. Go do it. Do it. Do it. They gonna love it. And God, once again, he made them love it. Like they love it. They loved it. It was a hit from day one. Day one, it was a hit. Soon as we put out our promo marketing material, the shares went up, the inboxes of, oh, I can't wait till you open. And it just like the floodgates open. It was like almost miraculous. Like they instantly knew that it was just going to be something great. And like I said, I can only give praise to God because it didn't take a while for it to hit off. The women instantly they loved it, and I was so grateful.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am. That's powerful stuff. God having that self-confidence in yourself gave yourself that audacity and being best dressed. So pretty much that audacity been in your bloodstream for a long time, Shawty. That what it sound like to me.
Yeah, but like you said, it is a like you made a great statement. Hey, you are you gonna be criticized or will it be a hit? You
Right.
don't know. You don't know. So it is like you said, the audacity of what's gonna happen when you drop this out to the public.
Yes, ma'am. Powerful stuff. So when you made that transition from the 9 to 5, the safe option, the umbrella, working in finance, so you got working in banking. So when did you know it was time to transition out of that 9 to 5 into going to full throttle entrepreneur?
That happened in like 2011. That was my official last 9 to 5. Something came over on me to where it was like, hey, w- more is for you. More is for you is more that you can tell people, teach people. Let's try something. So I my first entrepreneurial leap was with my sister. She's an accountant, so I went to work with her full time in her accounting firm, doing bookkeeping and taxes, and it it hasn't turned back since then. It was just a nudge from somewhere to, hey, you need a leap, and you'll be fine. And lo and behold, we've been fine.
Hmm. 2011. So that's
Well,
14
yes, so
years you've been
yes,
in this game.
14 years. Yes.
Wow. So you jumped off the porch 14 years ago. You left the nine to
Yes,
five
yes.
umbrella. And no, I think that's so amazing. That's so dope, Sade. And I just really just commend your courage because everybody talks about starting this and starting that and leaving the 9 to 5 is tough. But you reach the point where you realize, hey, it's more for me. I got trust in God, everything gonna work out. I got audacity, I believe in myself, and you made the move and been able to be a full-time entrepreneur for 14 years. Got to give you flowers, Sade. That's pretty dope.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But my motto is everything's hard, and Steve Harvey and I align with this same feeling. Everything is hard. You got to choose your hard. 9 to 5 is hard. Entrepreneurship is hard, but you choose your heart. Which heart do you want? Because hey, not saying I have the right heart because I chose entrepreneurship. Some people say, hey, I don't want that heart. I want the 9 to 5 heart because I can't do that entrepreneurship. And neither one of them is wrong. It's just that it's within the person to figure out which heart they want to choose. I chose the entrepreneur heart. Don't get me wrong, it's plenty days that I feel like, oh my God, what have I done? Lord, help me. I have those moments often. But once again, when I have those moments where I'm like, Lord, what have I done? I go back to, hey, you gonna choose your heart. Which heart you want to choose? And I'm like, okay, listen, you can't really go back to being that 9 to 5 because you're not gonna listen to nobody like that. You think you're a boss, you want to be a boss, so you got to figure this out. And we have to figure it out over and over and over. I'm not saying every day is easy, every day is better. No, no, it's hard. But I chose that entrepreneur heart.
Yes, ma'am. And that's so powerful that you have that self-awareness to know, hey, I ain't gonna go back to nobody's job because I ain't gonna listen to nobody. And Sade,
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, Sade, what's cool about that is it keeps that fire lit up on you to always go out there and choose to like stay in this game and be creative, pivot, and no matter what, figure it out. Like I think that's so
You gotta
great.
figure
Like
it out.
just knowing like you ain't finna hit the clock and listen to nobody. I respect that awareness.
Right. And like I said, don't get me wrong, it is a lot of days where I'm like, Lord, are you testing me? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Like, so, but I have to go in my little closet and be like, okay, let's stop and figure this out. What are we trying to figure out? What's the problem? What's the issue? How can we fix this issue? What do we need to do? So that's my just talking myself down off the ledge because like any entrepreneur you'll talk to, they have that, oh, it's hard moment. It's hard. But like I said, going and punching the clock, to me, that's even harder.
Hmm. I respect it. Like I said, just having that awareness and just understanding, like knowing yourself and just continuing to pivot and make adjustments. And speaking of pivoting and making adjustments, I got to ask you, Sade, so when the pandemic hit in 2020 and everything was shut down and everybody was quarantining, what did you do to pivot to stay afloat in business?
My husband and I, we've been in trucking. We opened our trucking company in 2014, so a little over 10 years now. We trucking never really had to stop because the good thing about it is during COVID, things still had to be moved. People still had to eat. It was still things that needed to be transported. So that's what kind of kept us afloat during COVID. That our trucking company, and then we have drivers that's leased to us, so they had to keep moving. So by the grace of God, we had to kind of keep moving, and COVID. It got to us a little bit, like 2 or 3 months. Of course, when it first hit in that March, and we were quarantined for about 2 months. But after that, we kind of went to regular schedule programming trucking.
Okay, awesome stuff. So y'all had the trucking company rocking and rolling, and
Hmm.
so y'all, so basically, like you was just saying, things still had to be moved. So during the pandemic, y'all already had a business in place to solve those
Right,
problems and getting things moved. So that's great that you
right.
all had multiple streams of income, multiple businesses rocking and rolling. So when the pandemic popped off, you all were able to stay afloat and hey, keep things rocking. Like that's great.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It, like I said, it for about from like March to May, it was not booming as it was, but it had to pick back up because, like I said, the world could no longer shut down. It could no longer be reality to just let the world stop. So thankful that the trucks had to keep on rolling.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And that's powerful stuff. So with you being a wife, mom, full-time entrepreneur, all the roles and responsibilities that's on your plate, I gotta ask you, Sade, what do you do to decompress and get away from it all?
Um, Like now, I'm starting to take a lot more me time when everybody's gone during the day and kind of about their daily duties. I kind of just take time for me to turn off the phone, decompress, think about life, think about the next move, and just at least take an hour, 2 hours out of day to where it's just me and my inner thoughts and what's next. I try to do that at least daily to just think about what's. I'm an Aquarius and we never rest. Our mind is always going. I know I do. Wake up through the middle of the night. Oh my God, did I lock the door? Oh my God, did I lock the door? Like my mind never stops. So I have to take time each day to just decompress and think about, okay, what's happening good? What could be better? What do you not need to worry about so much? That's how I have to talk myself into calm mode. And that's my little me time, my decompression time, my get myself together time daily through the day.
Okay.
Just an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most.
Okay, awesome stuff. And that's what it's all about. Just finding those outlets and just finding those times, that hour or two a day that you find to just have that me time because the thing about it is, Sade, we can hustle and bustle, we can grind, but at the end of the day, if we don't take those breaks and get that me time and decompress, we can burn out. So that's good that you found those 1 or 2
Right.
hours to decompress.
Right, right, right. You got to get that mental health break because right now, with the world we're living in, that mental health stress would take you down over any disease your body can have. So if the mind is gone, the body is no good. So we have to make sure that our mental health is being attended to at all times.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've done great things with Pink Velvet accessories and more. And I know great things are coming down the pipeline, which leads to my next portion, vision. What are some of your short-term and long-term goals for the company you feel comfortable sharing?
Right now, a short-term goal that we're working on. The ladies have been nudging at me so bad to put the clothing pieces back online because once we opened the storefront, online just disappeared because I wanted to see my ladies in person. I wanted to hug on them, touch on them, feel on them, in person. So we just did away with the website once the store opened. But I think now we're going to get back into putting a couple of pieces online for the ladies that do want to just lay in the bed and shop. And if they see something that they know they want, they know they can fit, they can just order it and then just get it shipped to them. So that's some of our short-term goals that should be in effect in the next couple of weeks. And I'm excited about that. And I know that the ladies will be excited as well. And I hope that can help some of them that's been waiting on that perk from the store. So, and long term, I prayerfully hope that maybe a second location or two can be in the works. So, I don't know.
Okay. Hey,
Gotta
those
wait
are
and
good.
see.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Those are great goals, both short term and long term. And just from conversing with you, I can tell you had that audacity, that courage. You're gonna make them happen.
I pray. I pray. That's the plan. But hey, we gotta work at it, see how we can execute it, and put it into play.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So as we wrap up the podcast, I want to ask $1 million question. So I started this podcast because I wanted to highlight the greatness connected to the city of Montgomery, whether you were born here or lived here for a significant period of your life, be it college, military, or work. You being a hometown hero, Sade, I got to ask you, what do you appreciate the most about the city of Montgomery?
Can honestly appreciate the size and the subtleness of it. Every time I go to a bigger city, Atlanta, Orlando, the bigger cities, I appreciate the subtleness of Montgomery. I appreciate the ability to get around quick, the ability to kind of know everything, know a lot of the people. I love the close knit of it. At times, it kind of gets to where I'm like, oh, this little small town, we don't have anything. But like I said, as soon as I go to like Atlanta and sit in traffic and get frustrated, I enjoy my subtle city. And the more and more I get older, I'm starting to appreciate it more. The younger me was like, oh, I'm tired of Montgomery. We don't have any restaurants. We don't have anything. But I'm like, hey, this is the beauty of it. If you want, this is what I tell myself: if you want more, do more. Just go get it, and then come back to your peace and your calm. So that's what I enjoy most about it is the close knit, the subtleness of it, the ability to go and come, do your whole circle in about 20 minutes. I appreciate that now in my older age.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Sade, how can the people connect with you? What are your social media handles and website?
They can reach me on Facebook at Pink Velvet Accessories and More, and that's going to be a space between all of those. If they want to do IG, it's Pink Velvet Accessories, and on TikTok, it's Pink Velvet Accessories and More as well.
Too easy. And of course, I'll put all of that information in the description of the episode. Hey, Sade, thanks again for the conversation. I really appreciate you.
No, thank you so much for having me, Doug, and I appreciate you and congratulations on everything you're doing. I gotta give you your flowers as well, and I appreciate this and more success to you. And I look forward to the success that I know is coming your way as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have a good night.
You too. Good people, that concludes another dope episode of the Gumtown Podcast. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what to do. Be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Go.